Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, reports and clips from Magic Weekend 2021, Day 1 and Day 2. So to ease you into the Magic Weekend, it was up to Castleford versus Salford to give you a starting, a amuse-bouche, if you will, to what's going on at the Magic Weekend. And it was Castleford's day, to be fair, as Peter Matautia, personal haul of 12 points, helped Castleford Tigers keep their hopes of reaching the playoffs alive. It's the opening day 1 of Super League's Magic Weekend with a 29 points to 18 victory over Salford Red Devils. Tries from Paul McShane, Daniel Smith and Oliver Holmes helped Castleford to a 16 points to 12 lead at half time, with Salford registering converted scores from Wigan, Ken Seal and Joe Burgess in a closely fought 40 minutes at Newcastle St Park. The Red Devils put on a spirited display after the intervals too, but Jordan Turner and Matautia forming a makeshift halfback partnership in the absence of Gareth O'Brien, Danny Richardson and also Jake Truman, who's been out most of the season, but both of those crossed for tries to put the seal on a win, with the latter kicking 4 goals too. Nostalgia. Salford made the bright side at the start, applying pressure after Cass failed to find touch from an early penalty thanks to a Joel Burgess in acrobatics, but a mix-up on the last tackle between fullback Morgan Esgray and Seo saw a promising attack come to an end. It was instead the Tigers who took the lead in the 8th minute, as the returning Paul McShane scampered out a dummy half in trademark fashion and shrugged off the Red Devils' attempted tackles to score next to the post, giving Matautia a simple conversion attempt. At the other end, our Devils scrambled well to deny his former club by holding scrum half Hingano up in the corner, but the Red Devils hit back 6 minutes later after Brown lining up at least forward for what is set to be his last Magic appearance was taken out off the ball. The penalty Salford made pay as they set up attack, which was finished by Dan Sargent to Ilala here, who took the ball left to right for Seo to dot down in the corner, and which was converted by Christian Inu from wide out wide. Castleford's response was swift and and Paul McShane was involved again, making another scoop from dummy half before this time passing inside to Prop Smith to power through the wrong-footed defence for another converted score. The end-to-end nature of the contest continued as Salford drew level on the 25th minute, setting up an attack after forcing a goal line dropout, which was finished when winger Joel Burgess collected a superb offload from Ellis Robson, which went over on the left-hand side for a try, which was also superbly converted by Inu. Holmes put Castleford's noses in front again with just 2 minutes to go before half-time, as the Tigers capitalised on a knock-on by the Red Devils in a promising position. A long-range attack, which was kept going by Matautia to offload, and saw the second rower take a pass from McShane and twist his way over the dot. The unconverted score put Darryl Powell's men 4 points up at the break, and they aimed to press home the advantage when play resumed, applying pressure to Salford's defence, which eventually told 10 minutes into the second half when Milner, on at hooker in place of McShane, set up Turner to force his way over. Shane actually went off with and had his foot in a boot, a medical boot. So he's got a little bit of an ankle injury after his abdominal injury last week, which he came back from very, very quickly. However, the Red Devils rallied and showed that they were not done yet, as a penalty for illegal ball steal following by 2 repeat sets of 6 allowed them to keep probing away, which was eventually rewarded in the 57th minute as Tonga international Hingano sliced through a gap for a converted try. Castleford were kept on the defensive for large parts of the second half as Salford kept pressing, with excellent ball steals by Tualoa here, for them right close to the Castleford line to put Salford on the attack again. But player of the match Matautia put the seal on the win as he brushed through the Salford defence to score 7 minutes from time, which Turner landed a late drop goal gap off for you day for the Castleford. What do I say about this game? It was an epic, and it went all the way to golden point extra time. And I'll just go through the summary and then you can make your own mind up, because I'm just catching my breath from the entire game just now. So, first try went to Sam Tompkins as he gave Catalan the perfect start as they capitalised on gaining good field position for a Lachlan Coots knock-on while contesting a high ball. The fullback taking a pass from Josh Drinkwater, selling Kevin Nagama the dummy, and Sam Tompkins then danced his way through to finish. James Maloney kicked the conversion, and the Dragons found themselves with a numerical advantage 4 minutes later after Mark Percival was sent to the sin bin for a high tackle on fellow English international Tompkins. But despite being down temporarily a man, second place St Helens hit back in the 13th minute after Coots was hit late off the ball. Scotland international got up from that to lay on a pass for Makinson to produce a trademark leap over the line wide on the right for an unconverted score. The reigning champions really started to motor when Percival returned to the field and went ahead further through the midway point of the first half after some neat interplay between the centre and Lachlan Coote sets the latter up for their second try, which the Hull Kingston Rovers bound number 1 they also converted. The Saints then had to survive a significant spell of pressure from Catalan Dragons as the French side slowly built on the back of some repeat sets inside their opponent's 20-metre zone, a spell which only ended when Percival came up with an interception. This was all on the back of Sam Cassiano, who looked like he'd dropped a few pounds to be fair, but was playing out of his skin, still rampaging best. Then, on the 35th minute, a grubber kick from teenage halfback for Saints Lewis Dodd led to a knock-on in defence by Catalans, and on the back of that, St Helens moved further ahead where Jack Wemblesby sent second rower Metaltia rampaging free for another try. 3 minutes later, it was Dragons' turn to have a man sent to the sin bin. Sam Cassiano was shown a yellow card for contact to the head of James Bentley in the tackle. Whilst James Maloney was arguably fortunate not to concede a penalty try or a shoulder charge on Joe Batchelor under the post. It was a shoulder charge in a way, but it was in contesting for the ball. It wasn't a try scoring opportunity because neither man had the ball in their hands. I'm sure that this is anyway. So a penalty ensued, which the ref gave Liam Moore, and Coop kicked to put the Saints ahead by 12 points at the break. But it was just 7 minutes into the second half before they were in again. Once again, it was Wellesby-Matautia combination which undid the leaders, with last year's Grand Final heroes sending the former Australian Samoa international through to grab his second try of the afternoon, with Coots adding the extras. Catalans gave themselves a glimmer of hope on the 57th minute when Julian Busquets rumbled under the post, following a deft offload from fellow front rower Cassiano for the converted try by Maloney. But a break from Percival put Saints into a prime position to strike, and they did so with 11 minutes to go, as loose forward Knowles forced his way over from close range under the post for their 5th try of the evening, was converted by Lachlan Coote, making Saints the head. However, Catalans' comeback began when New Zealand international Dean Ware went over with 3 minutes to go. It sparked an improbable revival for Steve McNamara's side, who pulled within 6 points in the 79th minute after Dudson powered over from an Arthur Morgs offload. The Dragons surged forward from the restart, and just as the full-time hooter sounded, Morgs' pinpoint kick, which Cassiano grabbed out of the air and scored from, with Maloney nailing the second conversion in a couple of minutes to send the match into golden point extra time. Yes, 3 minutes. 30 points to 18 down to get into golden point extra time on the hooter. It was a great crossfield kick from left to right by Morgs and Sam Cassiano. A big target, not one that you'd think would be challenging for those sort of kicks, as you wouldn't have thought it would be that mobile, but it didn't need to jump. Grabbed the ball, dotted down. That sent the game into extra time. To forgive me, I'm set flying about. The tension was palpable, and Makinson was the first to attempt a drop goal, but he shanked it terribly to the right. It was in front from a distance, but he didn't reach the 10-metre line, but it was closer to the corner flag than the goal posts. It was that bad. But now the controversy started. The play was held up for a lengthy period while Sammy Soni Langi was treated before being stretchered off following a dangerous tackle from Ignatius Passy, which saw him sin-binned. Not sent off, sin-binned. If he's causing someone to go off on a stretcher, that should be a red card. It was a full-blown shoulder to the face. Makinson got sent off for 2-game ban for that same type of challenge. Oh, not this time. Oh. Coots, though, when play resumed, had another attempt at a drop goal, and you thought, had the length, had the accuracy, but no! It went wide, even though you saw the Saints chairman celebrating on the sideline. But when Maloney, who retires at the end of the season from top grade rugby league to go into Zagna in Elite 1 in France, had the opportunity for a drop goal, he made no mistake and slotted over the 1-pointer from the angle to seal the memorable triumph for the Dragons. And also, the league leaders' shield to boot. First new name, quite some time on that shield. Wigan last year, now it's Catalan. If that's all they get this year because of the playoff system, second ever top flight trophy for the Challenge Cup in 2018. 2018, definitely. So, congratulations to Catalan, and wish you all the best for the playoffs. So, from the breathless to the Error Fest, but still an absolutely entertaining game for the neutral, as Leeds Rhinos took on Hull FC in the last game of the Magic Weekend, and it was a great game. Reece Martin put the Rhinos ahead after 7 minutes into the match with Richie Myler, and then Robert Louis working the ball out to the right for the Papua New Guinea international to force his way over, along with converting his own try. It's great strength. He spun out and got his arm free and put the ball down. No one was stopping him. The second rower, whose 1 year contract extension was with Leeds was confirmed on Friday, then kicked a penalty 2 minutes later after Myler was taken out off the ball by Jake Connor, who was lining up in the halves for Hull FC with Josh Reynolds out and Jamie Shaw back available at full back. Nevertheless, the black and white struck back in the 11th minute as scrum half Myler failed to take a testing grubber kick from Sneed cleanly, and Houghton gratefully snaffled up the loose ball to duck down under the post to give his scrum half a simple conversion. Houghton is 2 for 2, 2 games, 2 tries in this last 2 weeks. Sneed levelled things up shortly afterwards from in front of the sticks following a penalty against Rhinos for interference after a tackle, and then Hull surged away midway through the half when Tuimavave collected the ball from Connor's tap back to finish off a converted try wide on the right. The seesaw nature of the contest continued in the 27th minute when centre Newman showed his strength by breaking free of a tackle, stepping on the gas to power over the Rhinos for Rhino's second try, and again Martin converted to bring the sides level once again. Connor then had a possible try chalked off for a knock-on, but another Sneed penalty from in front of the post restored a slender lead for Hull, as the hooter sounded for the half-time. The half-back then added a third 6 minutes into the second half to keep the scoreboard ticking over, so for a 4-point lead. 3 minutes later, standoff Connor extended Hull's lead with another converted score as he threw a dummy, then used his strength to get over with 2 Leeds defenders around him. However, Rhinos were not out of this one yet, and on 55 minutes, Harry Newman went from scorer to provider, slipping a deft offload to send Hooker, turned scrum half in this game, leaning over close to the right corner flag for a try, which was followed by Martin landing the conversion from out wide. Bruce Lehman had a wow of a game, to be fair, was my man of the match. There was no two ways about it. I think it's a big future for him in the halfback role if Leeds wanted to go that way. Then Tom Briscoe had a possible try ruled out for Leeds by the video referee. Fullback Broadbent took a pass from Myler and darted through the gap in the Hull defence to level the scores with 8 minutes of the contest remaining. Leeds' Reece Martin, the goal-kicking machine, couldn't land one of the easiest kicks of the night as he pulled it. He was kicking from the left-hand side and he pulled it left of the posts. And with neither side able to make a breakthrough at 24 all on the final hooter, it meant the match on the first day of the year's Magic Weekend once again would be decided in Golden Point extra time. But a Golden Point extra time wasn't that easy, as there were 6 attempts at a drop goal. Leeming and Myler both missed drop goal efforts for Leeds in the first additional period of 5 minutes, and then the former seen another attempt hit the crossbar on the hooter at half time. and Harry Newman charged down one from Sneed at the other end and sprinted upfield. It was a similar story in the second period of half-time. Sneed saw a long-range effort fall at 10 metres short, to be fair, but Leeming, cool as can be, made no mistake at the third time of asking as he slotted one from around 20 metres out to give Rhinos playoff hopes an almighty boost. So this is how Magic Weekend shapes up after day one. Tigers 29, Salford Red Devils 18, St Helens 30, Catalans Dragons 31, Leeds Rhinos 25, Hull FC 24. And 2 out of 3 fantastic games for us all to win. So before I go into the next day's worth of games, I must say great shout out to Brad Dwyer of Leeds Rhinos, as he had a commitment to 2 causes today, as he couldn't miss this opportunity to play, as well as another event, as his brother Adam Dwyer got married before the game, a couple of hours before the game should I say, and he decided, Brad Dwyer was there, part of the groom's entourage, and he decided that he'd drive himself up in time for the game. He did. Was voted man of the match, as you see in the top right hand picture, and then he drove the 2 hours back afterwards, or however long it was, to attend the after wedding party. I'm sure that all the guests were cheering him on during the game, and fantastic commitment to both causes. Congratulations to Adam Dwyer and his beautiful new wife. So we're into day 2 of the Super League Magic Weekend, and it is Huddersfield that starts the game off with a try, as in the first couple of minutes Jacob Miller kicks for distance, which Oliasho bolts, collects and bursts through the Wakefield defence and carries on his run. It's been closed down and passes inside left to Will Price, who outstrips the the Wakefield defence to score the first try of the game. He also converts his own try for a 6-0 lead. Wakefield come roaring back though, and they are awarded a 6 again. So the ball was passed on by Liam Kay to Joe Westerman, who found Ryan Hampshire, whose quick ball went out wide to Tom Johnston, who went in the corner for a magnificent try, which was given on the left edge by the video referee. Mason Lino made no mistake by converting the try to equalise for Wakefield. Wakefield score again through Ryan Hampshire, who goes in left-hand edge, and Mason Lino makes no mistake with his second kick to give the Giants a 12-6 lead. The rest of the first half turned into an arm wrestle, more or less, but only had a couple of fractious incidents. A kick to the corner for Wakefield was challenged by Tom Johnson and Leroy Cudjoe, with Cudjoe catching it, but in the resulting tackle, Tom Johnson was flinged to the floor and his head bounced off the turf, and with his concussion issues from previous games and taking time out of the game because of them, he had to go off for a HIA. And then a four-arm lead running by the Huddersfield 28, I can't remember his name, on David Fafita caused a bad reaction from David Fafita because of his brother Andrew's situation in NRL from similar sort of incident. A penalty was given. That was it, as it wasn't the intentional fault. We just wanted to happen. I think David understood that. Apart from a Mason Lino penalty after two successive fouls by Huddersfield, taking Wakefield up the pitch. Mason Lino from in front, added the touch. So we're getting to the start of the second half, and it was Wakefield who started to win the arm wrestle, as a quick play the ball off David Fafita meant that they could get the ball out behind for Mason Lino, who find Kalepi Tanganoa, who muscled his way over despite the challenge from Will Price. Mason Lino extending the lead to 20 points to 6 with his successful conversion. But back up the other end, Huddersfield struck next as they got the ball to Will Price, who took the kick diagonally, aiming for Sam Wood's wing, and in the collision to get over the try line, took a strong one, tough one, a hard one to the ribs, but the try was given to Sam Wood. And Wakefield were in again this time, as the balls went through Hampshire and Lino's hands for Reece Lynn to dummy and step inside to add his 4-pointer. This took the scoring to 24 points to 12, as all kicks were on point by Lino and Price during this game. But back came Huddersfield one more time, as there was a repeat set given in the Wakefield 20, and they went on the attack. Off a quick play of the ball went out to the full-back Ollie Holmes, the half-back Ollie Russell even, and Josh Jones' strength got him over the try line, and taking 5 defenders over in the motion of scoring. And the very last word went to Wakefield as they went over in the 78th minute to close off the scoring, as Chris Green went over near the post for Mason Lino to complete the scoring, and the game finished at Wakefield 32, Huddersfield Giants 18. So now on to Wigan versus Warrington. The second game in this Magic Weekend saw George Williams play against his former side for the first time, his boyhood club, but it wasn't just Williams versus Wigan, as little as the first minute it was Warrington that hit first, as ball got to Gareth Widder, who puts in a speculative kick into the left hand corner, but with a lucky bounce, Chris Thulis kept his endeavour up to score the first try of the game within the first minute. The lead stayed at 4-0 as Stephen Ratchford wasn't able to convert from the touchline, but Warrington were in again on the 26th minute as a play the ball close to the Wigan line was set up by Widder, who found George Williams, who had a little bit of a gap, and he jumped through to the Wigan defence to score his first try against the full team, up in the air because he was getting the bird all the way through half. I'll stop that one there because it caused a domestic. But as half-time approached, right on half-time to be in fact, Wigan went up the other end as Hastings and Powell combined to find a gap for even Havard to score left of the post. Sam Powell just returning from head knocks, injuries, creating the try for Havard to go in untouched. Harry Smith was able to convert that try to give the scoreline at half-time a good loss of 10 points to 6 to the wire. And I'm going to easily sum up the second half in this short little bit, as there was one real effort by Warrington, for the entire game. Both sides, to be fair, as Jack Hughes was held up over the try line, and the video ref decided that it wasn't a try, and the scores ended 6-10. Yes, some people will say it was staunch defence by Wigan that kept them at bay, but it was also Warrington mistakes and also Wigan's goal forward. There was no attacking output at the end of it, neither for Warrington, to be fair, and there was moments of magic with Widdop, but George Williams, he went missing during the second half. But Warrington got the win, and a narrow one, and a small scoreline, 6 points down. So we're on to the final game of the weekend, and I'm going to stick with my normal format with describing the action, as there were so many long plays during this game leading up to tries that we'd be here for this entire video's length again, just because of this one game. Now, the team that opened the scoring in this game was Leeds Centurions, with Matty Russell going over in the corner for the first try of the game. It was a well-worked try. A long pass was floated out wide by, I think it was Ryan Braley, to Thornley, who drew in the winger for Leeds winger to go straight in for the first try of the game. Second try of the game went to LKR, as they went in with a couple of run-around plays, with Ben Crooks going in the corner. Next, it was a crash-bang wallop by Albert Vete. I know Lee, before this, had one shot off for a boot, stopping the ball being put down in the in-goal area in the left corner. No, sorry, OKR it was. But Albert Vete had one given, even though it looked like that he bounced the ball under the sticks. But, yes, this gave Lee the half-time lead of 10 points. OKR, the half-time lead, 10 points to 6. Further tries from Takarangi, Parcells, Hall, Indos, Staunton and Keys, the whole try being quite good, as they stripped the ball in front of the Leeds sticks in the Leeds 20. Mikey Lewis ran left to get the ball to a decent area. As he was going out, he flicked the ball back inside for Ryan Hall, who ran back towards the right hand side of the posts. Then he found the gap and went left and scored right to the post. Jimmy Kindhorse was another one whose try was very exceptional. As Lee were tiring, and they made over 300 tackles up to this point, to OKR's 100. Yeah, see which way the form was going. Lee weren't given a sniff. But going back to the Kindhorse try, Mikey Lewis, Jez Litton, who else? Kane Lynette, Matt Parcells, probing the line, looking for a gap, and all of a sudden, the ball came to Jimmy Kindhorse around 15 metres out, and he ran diagonal towards the post from right to the left to score under the sticks. There were a few one-on-one strips by Lee as well, trying to keep themselves in play in the game, but it was one-sided second half, unfortunately, as OKR went out winners, 44. So now let's look at the final scores for the Magic Weekend. Got the Giants 18, Wakefield Trinity 32, Wigan Warriors 6, Warrington Wolves 10, Leeds Centurions 6, Hull Kingston Rollers 44 to conclude Day 2 and also Magic Weekend. And that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. Dacia Magic Weekend has been completed for another year, and there has been some great performances, some great games, perfect for the neutral, and then there's some others that are completely and utterly frustrating for those involved. Tell me who's your performance of the weekend, who's your player of the weekend. Tell me who were the worst team, who wasn't any good, who isn't cussing the mustard in Super League. Anything. I'm just giving some ideas. I'm not doing a generalization. Just comment on the Magic Weekend and tell me what your thoughts are. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe, share the videos, and all the best. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.